Right, it's time for my first special guest now, and he's in America at the moment on the studio hotline. He's a member of the Matchstick Skeletons. Welcome to the show. How are you? Would you like to introduce yourself to my listeners and to the show? Welcome.
Yeah, hello. My name is New. I'm the singer of the Matchstick Skeletons, coming at you from Los Angeles, California.
Brilliant. Well, new hello and welcome. And the Matchstick Skeletons, how did you kind of come up with the name? It's kind of a quirky
Well,
name.
honestly, it's an odd making a band name is a weird thing, but back in the day when you used to be able to play with matches in school, people would kids would glue matches on a page and make little skeletons out of them, and I thought it was great that these kids might burn the school down.
Yeah, that's cool, that is. You have a new track as well, which we'll talk about very shortly. It's had over 250,000 streams, being played on airwaves all over the world. How does that feel when your song's played?
Oh, dude, it's the best, man. It's a song we just love it, man. We believed in that song since we first wrote it, and so when it starts to get the traction that it does, especially because we can't go on tour, right? When we go on tour, that song burns the house down every time. When we can't tour, it's like just finding new people, getting to talk to you and meet people across the pond, man.
Sure.
I just hope it's up enough that we can go tour over there the second, the plague's up.
Sure. And your new single, what is it about? Told You So.
Well, I always find myself writing love songs. It's just not a happy one.
Yeah. And when you tell someone something, you tell them so. You tell someone something at first, and they disbelieve you, and it turns out you're right all along in the end.
Yeah. And it's like, and people are always like, "Well, you shouldn't say I told you so," and we think, "Nah, just say it."
Yeah, true. And am I right? You got quite dirty vocals on there. The effects you use on the Vox kind of reminds me of maybe a bit of U2. They use distorted vocals on "Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kill Me, Kiss Me," that type of.
Yeah, it's just a fun energy to bring to a song, right?
Yeah.
And I just like the louder you get, the more it breaks up.
Yeah.
In modern recording, and especially on radio songs, dynamics have kind of taken a back seat since the 80s.
Yeah.
So when you use distortion and things like that, it can kind of imply dynamics in a way that couldn't get spun if you produced it like it was a song from the 60s.
It's good because it captures people's attention, the effects, and the extra kind of dynamic, as you say. And have you had a music video accompanied to the song?
Yeah, dude, check it out. If you go on YouTube, just look up "Told You So" Matchstick Skeletons. Yeah, we had some fun. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever made in my whole life. We had some laughs, man. It's like we were kind of trying to make a B horror Tarantino vibe video. It's a laugh, dude. Check it out.
And the song itself, they say the perfect rock pop record is about 3:30 in length, particularly for radio. Do you agree? Do you agree with that? And is there a certain particular formula to follow when deciding on how long a song is, or do you just kind of go with the flow when you're writing a song?
We do almost everything just off improvisation.
Yeah.
But we don't think too hard about it. If it lands in that length, cool. But we're not crafting the songs to be radio songs.
Yeah.
It's just this one, we said everything we had to say as loud and as boisterous as we wanted to, and it happened to fit there, and so it made sense as a single.
I mean, I suppose when you look at some of the classic rock songs, they're about a good 5 minutes in length anyway. So
dude, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
That was a hit.
Yeah,
things
true.
What?
True. And what artists have inspired yourself over the years?
The big one on this is like Maddie and I, the drummer, him and I, we really connected over Prince. We were playing in a band, and we would do all the night drives after gigs, and we would just crush Prince as we would just drive through the night. And so that kind of music mixed with what we love about the storytelling parts of rock and roll. So it's we kind of wanted to find a way that you felt the rhythmic elements of Prince and Funkadelic and George, but with just the parts of rock and roll that are in our soul.
Yeah.
And with Told You So, especially, once we found that, it felt like the band we've been trying to be since we were kids, and it's just felt natural, man. It's the nice thing about it is this ain't like pulling teeth. It's easy and it's fun.
Yeah, I remember you just mentioned Prince. My first cassette brought for me at Christmas was actually the Batman soundtrack. I remember putting it in a Fisher Price cassette player, and I was about 6, and I whacked it up to the volume and blasted that out my window. Since then, I haven't looked back. I was born to DJ.
Dude, that's perfect.
Do
That's
the back
perfect.
dance.
You guys, you seen there's a photo of Prince wearing roller skates and a Batman T-shirt?
Yeah,
It is unbelievable. That's the funniest photo I've ever
yeah,
seen.
it's cool,
That's
isn't it? And you mentioned the artists you've inspired. What artists have you toured with over the years when you go on tour?
Man, we've had some fun. Like not only with the Skeletons, but like I've toured with Guns N' Roses and Alice in Chains and the Glorious Sons and Shania Twain,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
Wow.
So, man, I love being on the road. It's my favorite thing. So, really, man, when I get an opportunity to tour with a band, especially a band that I love,
Yeah.
like I know with Finger 11, and I'm like the boys in those band mean a lot to me. They produce some of my records,
Yeah.
and they're just beautiful people. And there's no bond like the bond bands make on tour.
Yeah.
It's just like it's irreplaceable.
Awesome. And pre-COVID, what was it like going on tour? Did you have a bus and did you have a blast the time of your life?
Oh my God, it was fun. We were on tour in February, man. So right before the wheels fell off, we were out with the Glorious Sons. We were doing LA to Denver with them, and it was some of the like we had a gig in Seattle, man, that I'll remember for the rest of my life. Like it was just truly something magical. And yeah, it's like I just love it. I miss it so much. But in the meantime, we made a record.
Yeah.
So we got an LP coming out this year called Change the Channel, and whenever the plague's over, we're going back on the road. And I hope we go over to England to see you.
Yeah, we've all got our fingers crossed for all the artists around the world at the moment.
Yeah, and if everybody had the time to make something this year. So when it comes out, who knows? But like everyone I know has a record they're just waiting on.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun. And like, can you imagine how fun it's gonna be to go to a concert after this?
I know a lot of people want to let their hair down. And finally, being a rock singer, do you have to take care of your voice? It's a delicate muscle, isn't it? Do you have to, give it a rest sometimes? Your voice or.
Yeah, like I should, I should, but I don't. I basically like I used to tour and I used to lose my voice all the time.
Yeah.
And I tried to find someone to help me out there, and I found a couple coaches who were just like, you cannot sing like this 7 days a week. And I was like, okay, well, you're not the teacher for me because I need to. And then I found someone who just kind of agreed, like, no, there is a balance of screaming like an idiot, whiskey, cigarettes, and technique, and with that, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, I've been lucky that I've been more bulletproof now than I was as a youngster. And no, I do it right.
That's good. Well, thank you very much from the Matchstick Skeletons talking about your exciting band. It's a pleasure having you on. Nice chatting with you on the UK radio, man.
Yeah, buddy. Come to LA. Come say hey.
You never know.